Hello students and welcome to Edupedia World. My name is Shivam Mishra and today we are going to discuss the solutions to IIT JEE Advanced 2015 paper 1. The code which we are using is 4.
Okay, question number 6. Question number 6 is from chemical bonding. Let's have a look at it. It says that among the triatomic molecules oblique ions, and we have been given some molecules B, Cl2, N3 minus, N2, so on. The total number of linear molecules ions. So the first condition is that whichever the molecule we are considering must be linear, where the hybridization of the central atom does not have contribution from the d orbitals. So the hybridization must be of the type either sp, or it must be of the type sp2, or it must be of the type sp3. Okay, sp3d and sp3d2 and hybridization ahead of that are not allowed. So what we have to basically look for in this question is that how many of the molecules have one of these three hybridizations, and along with that they are also linear. So this is basically what we need to figure out. Let us start with first molecule, which must be a fairly simple case for you. We have been given BCl2. Now BCl2 beryllium has 2 valency electrons, and these are the 2 valency electrons, and 2 chlorine atoms will be singly bonded to it. So these are my 2 chlorine atoms. So clearly this will be a linear molecule and the hybridization over here will be sp. So this meets my requirement. The second has been given a very interesting case of azide ion, that is N3 minus. N3 minus, if I try to draw the structure, it has N double bond N and double bond N over here. Alright, this nitrogen has a positive formal charge. There are 2 lone pairs on this nitrogen, negative charge, formal charge, not the actual charge, and a negative charge on this. So this is the structure of azide. You call this azide. So clearly you can see that the hybridization of this central atom, 1 sigma 2 sigma bond, no lone pair. So this will be sp again, and since it is sp it will be linear. So it again meets our criteria. Let's look at N2O, nitrous oxide, also called laughing gas. N2O structure will be drawn as N triple bond N, lone pair, and 1 oxygen over here. And in case of second period elements, after completion of octet, we always draw coordinate bond. So this nitrogen atom forms a coordinate bond to this oxygen atom. You can see 1 sigma 2 sigma, no lone pair. So that makes a steric number of 2. So again this nitrogen will be sp, and since it is sp it will be linear. Okay, fine. The first 3 meet our criteria. Let us look at the fourth one, NO2 positive, nitrosonium ion. NO2 positive will be analogous to CO2, N double bond O, and this nitrogen will have a positive charge. The oxygen atoms will have lone pairs, 2 lone pairs on each oxygen atom, and clearly you can see the steric number as 1 sigma 2 sigma, no lone pair. So this again will be sp and it will be linear. Fine. So far all the 4 molecules meet our criteria. Let us look at another interesting one, ozone, O3. Now the structure of O3 is drawn from oxygen. Let me draw one oxygen molecule for you. This is the structure of oxygen, 2 lone pairs on each oxygen atom. Okay, octet is complete. After completion of octet, second period element, what we'll do, we'll draw a coordinate bond. Okay, so this is the coordinate bond over here. This is the structure of O3. Fine. And if you look at the hybridization of this oxygen atom, clearly you can see 1 sigma 2 sigma and 1 lone pair. So that makes a steric number of 3, and since the steric number is 3, the hybridization will be sp2. So it satisfies this criteria, it meets this criteria. However, you all must know that sp2 thing can never be linear. This will be a bent molecule. Okay, so obviously this is not going to meet my criteria. Let us look at the other molecules. Now in all the other cases, for your information, I am going to draw all the structures, but if I just happen to look at them, all the other cases, the central atom, see this sulfur will be the central atom in this case, this iodine will be the central atom, iodine again will be the central atom, and xenon. All the elements are of third period or beyond, okay, and they have sufficient amount of lone pairs. So obviously the hybridization in all of them is going to carry a D component also, because like suppose let's say if I try to draw the rough structure just to calculate the steric number for sulfur, I can see clearly for SCl2, I can clearly see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 valency electrons, and then I am attaching 2 chlorine atoms. Okay, this is the rough Lewis structure I have drawn. And now if I calculate the steric number 1, 2, 3 and 4, okay, so 4 steric number would mean sp3, but an sp3 component can, sp3 thing can never be a linear, it will be obviously a bent molecule. So we can clearly feel that none of these are going to be our answers, because these molecules might be linear but then they will have sp3d geometry. Okay, so obviously the correct answer is going to be this BCl2 1, 2, 3 and this N2O over here 4. So the correct answer will be 4 for the question. However, from an information point of view, we will also be discussing the structures of the remaining 4 molecules in the next page. So the first molecule out of the balance 4 which were remaining was SCl2. Now SCl2 sulfur has a total of 6 valency electrons. 2 of them will constitute lone pairs. So there are 2 lone pairs and 2 electrons will form bond pairs with chlorine. So again this will be sp3 as I had mentioned before, and since it is sp3 it will be a bent molecule, not a linear one. Okay, the other molecule which was given to us was ICl, let me have a look again, it was ICl2 minus, okay. ICl2 minus, iodine has 7 valency electrons, you add 1, so you get 8, fine, and then 3 are lone pairs out of the 8 electrons, ICl2 minus, okay. So out of the 8 electrons, 2 will form bonds with chlorine, fine, 2 will form bonds with chlorine, and the remaining 6, that is there will be a total of 3 lone pairs. So clearly that makes a steric number of 5, 3 lone pairs and 2 sigma bonds, and 5 steric number would be sp3d. This is a very important case of sp3d hybridization, pentagonal bipyramidal geometry, where the lone pairs will occupy all the equatorial positions. So this shape will be linear, okay, there is no doubt about that, but then it contains a D component, so this limits out our possibilities. The other one given was the triiodide. Triiodide will be exactly similar to this structure, What will happen is that there will be 1 iodine over here, and in place of 2 chlorines what you will get is that there will be 2 iodines, okay. So lone pairs over here, 1 iodine here and 1 iodine here. So again this will be, lone pairs will occupy your equatorial positions, this will be sp3d hybridization and linear. So again we can see similarly that this is a linear molecule but the hybridization is sp3d, so that limits out our possibilities, and a similar structure will be drawn for XCF2. Same type of structure will be drawn for XCF2 also. XCF2 will be, again it will be sp3d, because again same type of structure, you can imagine that 8 valency electrons, 3 of them over here, xenon over here and 2 fluorines here, and it will be linear. So this is linear but then this is not, it contains a D component, so this also rules out the possibilities. So as discussed previously, the correct answer for the question would be 4. Thank you.